Let's bring in the former U.S. ambassador to Russia, Michael McFaul. He's an NBC News international affairs analyst. Ambassador McFaul, thanks so much for being with us this morning. I'm curious what we should make of these last 36 hours. What does your experience, your instinct, your sources tell you about what we just saw and, frankly, how quickly this deal came together to send the mercenary leader out to Belarus?
Well, Willie, my experiences don't tell me much because this is pretty unprecedented, what we just saw, most certainly in the Putin era. Think about it. This was a mutiny. It could have evolved into a coup. Mr. Prigozhin and his fighters faced no resistance. They took that city of Rostov, you've just been showing, without a fight. That's one of the 10 largest cities in Russia. And they were on the move to Moscow. It looked like we were going to see the beginnings of a civil war. And then Putin and Prigozhin both decided to negotiate instead. So they played a game of chicken and backed away. It's very striking to me because the night before, Putin called these guys a traitor. 4 hours later, he was negotiating with them. And we still don't know the details of that negotiation, but it makes Putin look very weak.
It makes him look weak and does raise questions about what we may see within the borders of Russia now, Ambassador McFaul. Might there be some kind of a crackdown now? Might this, internally anyway, make Vladimir Putin more aggressive in crushing dissent?
Without question, that's what I predict. There'll be even tighter grip on power inside Russia. But outside of Russia is also going to be important. Mr. Prigozhin allegedly will now go to Belarus in exile. I don't think he's going to go there quietly. I don't think he's going there to retire. And through the last 24 hours, Mr. Prigozhin has become a leader now, a nationalist populist leader. If you read his Telegram channels, very popular statements. You saw from the footage you just showed how they were cheered by the people of Rostov. Putin has now created an alternative leader, and I think that is very dangerous for him. I don't know how he's going to control him.
As you know, Ambassador, the Russian military and its weakness have been exposed over the last year and a half in the war in Ukraine. So what does the impact of what we just saw over the last couple of days mean for the war there?
Well, I think in the short term, just think about what we just witnessed. Instead of fighting the Ukrainians, you had two separate Russian armies getting ready to fight themselves. I think that's got to be demoralizing for both sides. And I think it creates an opportunity for the Ukrainian counteroffensive to make headway. That said, it won't be easy. Putin has said nothing about pulling back. I think he's doubling down. I think he's trying to hold on and waiting until we in the West lose interest in supporting the Ukrainians. So short term, I hope it will lead to some breakthrough for the Ukrainians. Long term, I'm not as optimistic that that will be something that will lead to the end of this war. Putin is going to fight for as long as he can. This won't change that.
Michael McFaul, former U.S. ambassador to Russia, we're grateful for your expertise on this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.